get the turkey and move to 3-0 as Week 3 gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
No touch, sir.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Offense up to the line fast. First carry of the game for the rookie out of Oklahoma. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. From the red zone now. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's a gain of 22, and it's good enough for a New York first down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they get this down to the 28. Working quickly here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Caught by Theo Johnson. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Hits his running back. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there.
And that's a New York touchdown. On is Katie York for the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Giants start off well to tie things 7-7. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now he's going to fire it deep left side. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deontay Banks. That's one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. Too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
It is so easy to marvel at the sheer amount of distance he threw that football. But can we also take a step back and marvel about the amount of distance covered by that defender? He had to stick in coverage 50 yards down the field, and that's not just it. It's not even about getting there. Once you get there, you got to make the play. He did it. That is job well done.
He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. They'll motion him out of the backfield. From the 26 on 2nd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Giants are set to punt. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Buys time, rolling right. He's looking deep once again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Takes this in the area of midfield. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And the Giants are going to like where they start after this drive. Throwing from the gun. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That is what a...
Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. They'll try and throw it here. And that's going to move the chains.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He's going to keep this one. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Giants take a second quarter lead. York now for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. He's on the move. And that one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down throwing for Hurts. Rolling left, buying some time. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. They'll try and punch it in. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want.
Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's knocked loose. And it's picked out by the Giants. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing from near his own goal line. He's got a man left. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets it up across the 30 before going out. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. They'll run it from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A 9-yard rip on the ground there, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Past midfield to the 45. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Tight end going in motion here. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. Third down, 1 yard to go. Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Katie York now on for the field goal. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Groupie sends it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On first down, Hurts. Headed out right. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
This one finds Goddard. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. It's another first-half mistake. He's intercepted again. And it's a pick-6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
Like you say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants take a 3-possession lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 19 Lions, 18 Raptors, 18 Raptors. Go!
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Connects with Johnson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down. Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 47. Gets this to Johnson. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
19 tight.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Here he is on 3rd and long. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long. Punting unit out now. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Now this is a beauty of a kick. Gets headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Andrew Phillips. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. York now for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Giants make it a 24-point ball game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Flush down out to his left. And the Giants are too much. They take him down. Offense in the hurry up here. After the sack, another pass on second down. Getting out to his left. Looking deep, back over the middle he goes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. Forced out to his right. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
63. Great.
Hurts now from the gun. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Hurts trying again on second down. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
3rd and long for him here. Buying some time right. And once again, they can't connect.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Giants have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it right too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense. Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball. You go right over their head.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
That 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete out to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Handoff now from the gun. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants continue piling it on here in the 4th. You're good on the point after. And the Giants grow their lead yet again. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Great, set. Hey, Silver. No touch.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And it's picked out by the Giants. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. The give now out of the shotgun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Offense up to the line fast. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Working quickly here. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Connects with Slayton. And this one doesn't go far. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Giants looking at a 3-0 start to the season. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Pass play coming here. Chased out to his right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Eagles take over as he records his 10th career INT. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were...
They connect on the deep shot. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Here's a loft deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's the handoff. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Let's go now.
Wangu on the catch. And in, touchdown, New York. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Great. Set.
Now Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Great. Set.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Buys time, rolling right. Caught by his back. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice.
And after all that running, he ends up out of bounds deep behind the line of scrimmage. Not even a throwaway. That's going to count as a sack.
You know, in that situation, as hard as it is and everything flying around you, you just got to get rid of the ball. You got to know where you are. Not just wide receivers that always got to know the boundary. Running backs and quarterbacks do. Looked like we saw a little bit of panic, hence going out for the sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Hurts looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
All right, one more snap to play here.
Set.
One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining